Hi, let's get started with the course. And the very first thing that we need to discuss and we need to know about is electricity. Whenever you talk in terms of electronics, electrical engineering, or any such thing, the very first thing to be very clear about is the concepts of electricity, like AC, DC, current, voltage, and all the related concepts. Now, as promised before, this is a complete beginner's course, and I will not dwell more into the technical concepts. I will try to understand it fundamentally. I will try to teach it conceptually without going too much into the technical details so that it gets boring for you. I'll try my best in order to do that. So we'll try to understand the applications of electricity and what exactly are all these different concepts are. So just let me know if you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to tell me about it. Let's try to understand what is this AC, DC, current, voltage, and all the related concepts. Now let me open my notepad for it. Now, what exactly is electricity? Now, that's a very big question basically, because electricity is almost everywhere around us. We have been using electricity for a very long time, and therefore this question is a little bit absurd. Almost everyone knows here about what is electricity, but when you have to experiment with it, you have to know something more than just knowing about electricity. So what are those things that you need to know? First of all, we have a household electric supply. Okay, everyone has a household electric supply. What that supply is and what is the type of that supply. So the electric supply that we have at our home is called as alternate current, or it is also short formed as AC. Do not confuse it with the air conditioner. This we call it as alternating current. Why we call it as an alternating current is because the nature of household electric supply on a particular graph looks like this. Now, I know I have promised that I will not get much technical, but something is important. So this is the nature of household electric supply that we have at our home. What we measure here is in terms of voltage. Let me tell you what is a voltage. Consider the electric current or consider the electricity as in terms of a invisible form of energy which you cannot see, but it moves through a conductor and it is always measured between 2 points. Okay, electricity is always measured between 2 points, and to measure this electricity we give it a unit called potential difference, or what we call it is as potential difference between 2 points. Means if one point has some electrical energy and the other point has no electrical energy, then the difference between the two is called as potential difference, or the unit is called as voltage. So voltage basically means what? The energy difference or the potential difference between the 2 points of electricity. It is measured in voltage or volts. And when we say we have an alternating current supply or AC, then the voltage is continuously going from 0 to some x value, to some 0 to some minus x value, to 0 to some x value, to 0 to some minus x value. And this is happened continuously. So what is happening basically, one point is having a potentially positive energy with respect to the other for some duration, and then the same point is having negative energy with respect to the other one for the other time. This is called as half cycle. So half cycle is positive and half cycle is negative. That constitutes a full cycle. So in terms of AC voltage, the potential difference is positive between these 2 points for half cycle, and the potential difference is negative for the remaining half cycle. Now, how many cycles are there? If it is a household power supply or household AC supply, then how many cycles are there? These cycles actually are continuously repeating. Okay, there is no gap in it. Just continuously, they are just coming continuously. It's all the time happening like that only. So positive for first half cycle, negative for another half cycle. Positive for first half cycle, negative for another half cycle. So how to measure it? It is measured in terms of number of cycles per second. Obviously, because it is continuous, there is no stopping to it and something like that. Therefore, it is measured as number of cycles per second, and one cycle is this much, okay, consisting of a half of the positive part and half of the negative part. So it is measured in terms of number of cycles per second. Depending upon the country in which you are, we have either 50 hertz or 50 cycles per second. Sorry to say hertz, but depending upon which country you are in, your supply is giving 50 cycles per second or it is 60 cycles per second. Throughout the world, these are the only two standards of electric supply that is coming to our home. Either it is 50 cycles per second or 60 cycles per second. We'll see that later on in which country what is the number of cycles, but there is a unit for this cycles per second and it is called as hertz. H-E-R-T-Z, or it is also short formed as Hz. So 50 hertz or let's say 60 hertz. Hertz is basically cycle per second. It applies to any kind of signal. Currently this is called as AC signal or alternating current signal. The nature of this waveform is also having some name in geometry. It is called as sinusoidal waveform, or we also call it as sine wave. Either you call it sinusoidal waveform or you call it sine wave. It is continuously varying. So this is the kind of supply we have at our home. Now we have understood that it has a frequency, let's say 50 or 60 hertz. What about the first concept we learned? What is the voltage of this household supply? Now, as you can see, the waveform is continuously changing, okay? So it is continuously changing with respect to time. So whenever I try to measure this waveform, maybe I'll measure it at this point, or maybe I'll measure at this point, or at this point, or at this point, or at this point, somewhere like that. So I may not get an accurate readout of this voltage. Therefore, what is done? We use a particular parameter, or we use an average point value, which is called as root mean square value or RMS value. We usually call it as an RMS value. The RMS value is basically an aggregated average of this sine wave. I will not go into technical details, but those who are interested may search for it. It is the peak to peak voltage multiplied by square root of 2. Peak to peak, V peak to peak. So from this point to this point, what is the total voltage, which is multiplied by root 2. VPP or V peak to peak multiplied by square root of 2. Why RMS value? Because it gives us an aggregated average of what exactly is the voltage coming to my home. Now in India, we have 230 volts 50 hertz AC supply at our home. You also have to remember one thing. This supply is coming to our home, but while coming to our home, this is not stored anywhere. So there are various different type of power plants across the world. The most popular or the most common type of power plant which we have is called as thermal power plant. So a thermal power plant is a very big unit where water is steamed, and using that steam pressure, a giant turbine is moved, which in turn generates the energy. So the most common type of power plant is thermal. And when we say we have this kind of voltage coming to our home, remember this supply is generated at a much higher voltage, then it is distributed through the distribution lines, then it comes to a distribution pole or distribution center near to our homes, and then it is further distributed in individual lines across our living area, and we get a line from this. So there is a lot of up conversion and down conversion happening with this energy generated, but one thing is common, that the supply is always live. It means it is being generated, hence we are receiving it. There is no storage to AC supply anywhere at all. It is not stored anywhere. What you see as those big instruments in the distribution center are nothing but different transformers. I'll tell you what is a transformer, but its primary purpose is to down convert the highly or high voltage AC generated into a lower value. So you get the energy through a thermal power plant, otherwise there are hydraulic power plant which runs on the water pressure. Whenever there is a flowing water or falling water, there is a hydraulic supply. And then there are the atomic or nuclear power plants, which are very rare in usage. Actually, they should be used more, but because the process is very expensive to create the nuclear fission and generate energy, although it is highly, a lot of energy is generated, but the process itself is very expensive. That's why most of the world uses thermal power plant. And to generate the heat, we usually burn coal, and then the steam is generated and then we use it. So even after all the the hype around electric vehicles, it is going to cost us the same environmentally. We are going to burn equal amount of coal to generate heat, to generate electricity, to power our vehicles. Just a point. So this is about the AC supply. Another terminology I would like to tell you is the 2 points in AC supply are also called as phase and neutral. The neutral is, as the name says, neutral. This is always 0 or 0 volt, and the phase is having that nature. It's positive, negative, alternate for some time on. And always remember that never ever touch the AC line. It is highly hazardous and it may cause severe injury to our body, because whenever we touch it, it will try to flow some energy through us. Whenever we say, I got shocked due to an electric point, what do we say basically, or what is happening there from the physics point of view is the energy is trying to flow through our body, and that flow is called as our next concept, that is current. So now we have discussed about voltage and frequency. In the next video, we'll see what exactly is this current. I hope all the concepts are clear to you here. If you have any doubts, please rewatch the video. To summarize, household supply is AC. In India, we have 230 volts AC, 50 Hertz. Across the world, there are variety of it, or there is 110 volt AC at 60 Hertz. Now, this is common across Europe and Asia. In American countries, the popular two lines which available are 110 volt 60 Hertz and 240 volt 60 Hertz. So just look into your country's figures and you will get to know what is your supply. Regardless of what is the supply available, we are not ought to touch it ever. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we'll try to understand what is exactly meant by current. Thank you.